Hi Sagittarius, it's Rebecca from Being Human Tarot here with your February 2019 reading. For 2019, I want to mix up the format of these videos, meaning that I want to change the spread to just, so I'm not stagnating so that you're not getting bored. Although I do love this spread, which is why I've used it for so long, but I was not able to kind of like collect all my thoughts fast enough for the February videos. So keep an eye out for March, and that's where you'll see the change to the format. This month I'm reading with the Fountain Tarot deck. So if you end up enjoying the illustrations on these cards, I'll be sure to include a link to the deck in the description below so that you can check it out further. And I'll get started with that. I didn't, as a reminder for the spread that I'm currently reading with, it's a 3-card spread with the first card indicating what to focus on this month, the second card indicating what to set aside for the month, and the third card indicating just a additional consideration for the month. So with that, I will actually get back to your reading. In your position of what to focus on this month, you drew the Nine of Cups, which is a super positive, easy to digest card. Not that we're eating the cards, but look at that guy. He's so happy. He's tending all 9 of his cups. And the message here is for you to really tend like the garden of your wishes and your desires. The cup suit is largely emotional, feelings-based, but in a lot of the cups cards, the cups are sort of representing blessings and like things we want to get in different ways, both material and immaterial. And so this month may be more of a lighthearted month for you. You may be kind of like counting your blessings. You might be planning for the future. Maybe you're planning and planning for the future in ways that kind of like builds excitement and makes you happy about what's going on. So like maybe you're planning a vacation. Maybe you're deciding what to do with some savings, like that kind of thing. You're feeling good. It's a good time. It's a lighthearted time, hopefully, for you in February. In your position of what to set aside, you also drew a Cups card. You drew the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is a person walking away from 8 Cups. And this person is someone who had, built something in this, represented by the cups here in this card. And it was something that once meant a lot to them and they are proud of, but they're moving on from it in pursuit of something better. However, that being said, this card is in your position of what to set aside for the month. And so it's almost kind of functioning like a double negative, because so the card would normally be telling you to kind of like walk away, but it's in your position of what to set aside. So you're setting aside walking away, and essentially that means to stay. So if there's something that you may have felt kind of compelled to move on from that fits kind of that description of something you built, like not physically built, but it could be a project you finished at work, or it could be something you physically built, or it could be, it's cups, it's emotions. It could be a family. It could be, just your relationships with other people. There's a lot of different like translations for that. But if you've been thinking about it being time to move on, it seems that it's almost time to move on, but not quite. because it's in your position of set aside, not your position of goodbye forever. Like, don't ever do that. So it's just February might not be the right time for you to move on quite yet. You wouldn't want to move on too hastily from something when there's still something there that benefits you. So keep that in mind. And then in your position of additional considerations, you drew the card that is unique to this deck, because it has 79 cards, one card extra than traditional tarot decks, and it's the Fountain card, hence the name of the deck, the Fountain Tarot. And I'll see if I can kind of remember this card is a little bit, because this card is unique to the deck and I haven't worked with this deck a ton, whereas I've worked with the cards in a lot of other decks a lot of other times, and so like more well versed and comfortable with those. But with the Fountain, there was one other sign that drew it. I forget who at this point, but I read the description from the little book that accompanies decks, just because I kind of didn't want to screw it up. But I'm going to try to remember the best I can so that you don't get that sort of like robotic me reading from a book. That's like not what a reading should be. So the Fountain has additional consideration. The Fountain stands for sort of being one with the universe, and the way that I described it before after reading the description is it seems like to be a combination of the World and the Hermit, because the World card is indicating a cycle complete, and the Hermit card is being still and kind of like watching and listening and experiencing. And so this concept of the Fountain card being one with the universe, it's like you have to achieve a lot and like overcome a lot of lessons in tarot. They're depicted by most of the other cards. They're all kind of like milestones or like things that we go through, lessons we learn, to get to being, one with the universe. It's pretty lofty. But part of being one with anything is an ability to remain still and kind of blend in with it, so that you're being so observant and like almost meditative that you become like a chameleon, and your skin ends up matching like your environment's, makeup, and you're just sort of like chilling and existing. And so as an additional consideration, I mean, it's pretty like high level stuff. Your two other cards were minor arcana, but they're both cups, so you're definitely going through some emotional stuff this month. And I think the message here for you is to just really to enjoy the present and be able to experience the happiness you're going through while you're going through it. Because happiness is such a weird, slippery fish where sometimes we don't even know that we were happy until we're unhappy and we're in like a different cycle of our lives, and we're able to look back and be like, I was really happy then. But we're just, as humans, we're not the best at seeing that while we're going through it, unfortunately. And so with the Fountain being in your additional consideration, the cards are really calling you to make an effort to see that, to be present in the happiness that does exist. Maybe you're not feeling super happy in an obvious way. Maybe you're not feeling like the Nine of Cups has come your way yet, but a good way to look at it, if you're trying to do this kind of work, is where in your life are you happy? It doesn't mean you have to be happy overall. It doesn't mean you have to be like getting a promotion or getting your dream job or like in the relationship of your dreams with no problems and like magnificent sex. It can be little things. Like, this is gonna sound super corny, but it's been raining here in New York the past few days, and it really makes me happy to be in bed hearing it rain as I fall asleep. It makes me feel cozy. It like reminds me of being like a little kid. And so that is like a sliver of being present in happiness. And I know it's a little cornball, but that's what immediately came to mind. So deal with it. That's your reading for this month, Sag. I hope that you found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I upload videos before the first of every month, and if you subscribe and hit the bell icon, you'll be automatically notified as soon as I do that. So like take some of the guesswork out of if there's something new. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next month, Sag. Bye.